this a normal Shabbat. It isn't, it wasn't, it ain't never gonna be. It's Aretha Franklin, Queen of Soul.
Shabbat begins when it's not sunny. We study the Torah, sweet as honey. Candles, Kaddish, and holla. We bless them at home. Oh yeah, we bless them at home. Just a little bit. Oh yeah. S-H-A-B-B-A-T, Queen of Soul Shabbat, you'll see. S-H-A-B-B-A-T, prayers like Lahadoti. Ooh, a little Shabbat. Ooh, a little Shabbat. Ooh, a little Shabbat. Ooh, a little Shabbat. S-H-A-B-B-A-T, Queen of Soul Shabbat, you'll see. S-H-A-B-B-A-T, prayers like Lahadoti. Ooh, a little Shabbat. Ooh, a little Shabbat. Just a little Shabbat. Ooh, a little Shabbat. Mama, it might feel new to hear these prayers in this new way. Oh yeah, but that does not mean you do not have to get ready to pray. The Siddur is on the shelf. It's time to get ready yourself. Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Praise to you, Adonai, who is blessed you. Praise to you, God, who is blessed forever. Whoa, praise to you, God, who is blessed forever. My, on Shabbat we reflect on back about our last week. Oh yeah, and then we take a moment to thank God for this big life. And how could you ever refuse? Time for our friends and a shrew. Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Praise to you, Adonai, who is blessed you. Praise to you, God, who is blessed forever. Oh, praise to you, God, who is blessed forever. So how could you ever refuse a time for our friends and a shrew? Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Whoa, Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Praise to you. Praise to you, God who is blessed, God who is blessed forever. Again. Praise to you, God who is blessed forever. Praise to you, God who is blessed forever. You better think about when Moses split the Red Sea. Think when we were slaves and we're not free. Let's go back, let's go way back when. We weren't even known as Jews, not one child, woman, or friend. We were just slaves in Pharaoh's eyes, took 10 plagues to let us be. But Miriam, Moses, and Enoch showed belief that God would set us free. You better think about what God did to set us free. Think You work all night, you work all day, you pay the bills you have to pay. It's hard, but still there never seems to be a single moment left for me. That's too bad, but don't you fret, God had a plan, created time for each and every man. You wouldn't have to work at all, you get some sleep and have a ball. What's cuter, the kid or the dog? Okay, are you ready? Here we go. Are you ready? Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Like you, Adonai. Our God. Nora tehilot oseh b'lev. Like you, Adonai. Our God. Like you, God. Our God. Like you, God. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi chamocha. Good job. Elim Adonai. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Let me hear you. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. From the day we arrived at the Red Sea and Moses stepped into the sun, saw a great big sea, bigger than Nachshon could dream, leaving slavery to freedom we run. Pharaoh's horses and men could be heard near. The sea opened up, freedom bound. With the waves rolling high, Miriam danced with great pride. She sang this song with the girls all around. We have freedom in life, and it moves us all through
sea of reeds blocking freedom's path. The tribes of Israel were arguing. "We will be the first tribe into the sea," said one tribe. "We will fulfill our destiny and be the first to go in," said another. But no one moved. They just argued. And in the midst of their arguing, a seemingly insignificant man, Nachshon ben Amidah of the tribe of Judah, took the first step into the sea. Deeper and deeper he walked into the cold waters until he could only keep his mouth and nose above it. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai.
And it moves us all through despair and hope, through faith and love, till we find our place in this new world we're finding. This freedom called You shall love Adonai, your God, with all your heart, soul, and all your might. When you gather around, your children start talking. You're commanded to do the walking. When you rise up and when you're walking, then you'll focus and cover your eyes. We know it's no surprise that Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Adonai Echad. Oh, one, yes, one, hallelujah. Bind the mass, a sign on your hand, and a symbol on your head. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house, on your gates, on your gates. Yes, oh yes, on your way. So you'll remember each time you pray. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Adonai Echad. Oh, one, yes, one, oh, How well you remember to be holy and observe what I say. I am Adonai, Adonai, your God. Taking time to make time, remembering how I was kind, learning from each other's knowing, took you out of Egypt and watched you growing. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Adonai Echad. Oh, one, yes, one, yes, one. Shema Yisrael, Adonai
Good night? Ah, no. The hour is ill, which severs those it should unite. Let us remain together still, then it will be good night. How can I call the lone night good, though my sweet wishes wing its flight? Be it not said, thought, understood, then it will be good night. To hearts which near each other move, from evening close to morning light, the night is good, because my love, they never say good night. Last night I dreamt of chickens. There were chickens everywhere. They were standing on my stomach, they were nesting in my hair, they were pecking at my pillow, they were hopping on my head, they were ruffling up their feathers as they raced about my bed. They were on the chairs and tables, and they were on chandeliers, and they were roosting in the corners, and they were clucking in my ears. There were chickens, chickens, chickens for as far as I could see. And when I woke today, I noticed there were eggs on top of me.
Is there a God out there? Someone to hear our prayer. Give me a God after midnight. Won't you please protect us and keep dangers at bay? Give me a God after midnight. Take us through the darkness to the break of the day. Is there a God? Is there a God out there? Someone to hear our prayer. Here we go, last time. Give me a God after midnight. Won't you please protect us and keep danger at bay? Give me a God after midnight. Take us through the darkness to the break of the day. שמוע וזכור ודיבור אחד השמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה God who makes peace in our heart, make peace for all of us and keep us out of dark, and on all those who live in Yisrael, and don't forget all of us who live here as well. The stars of your earth remind me to trust. They keep me wanting to try to have it all. The stars of your earth remind me to trust. We can't stop praying. Oh, say shalom b'Roma. Oh, yeah, say shalom. God who makes peace in our heart, make peace for all of us and keep us out of dark, and on all those who live in Yisrael. Don't forget all of us who live here as well. The stars of your earth remind me to trust. They keep me wanting to try to have it all. The stars of your earth remind me to trust. We can't stop praying. Oh, say shalom b'Roma. Oh, yeah, say shalom. Shalom Aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. B'Roma, hu yaseh, shalom aleinu. Let's hear you. Oh, say shalom b'Roma, hu yaseh, shalom aleinu. Oh, say shalom. Yeah. Shabbat Shalom. Everybody singing a brand new prayer now. Come on, baby, show me some emotion. Please direct your eyes up to the words on the screen now. Come on, baby, sing with emotion. Our singers and the band will help us out with the keys. Our Jewish prayers now sung to Carole King melodies. So come on, sing Shabbat devotions with me. You gotta sing out loud now. Come on, baby. Hine Mato. Well, I think we're finally back. Oh, everybody singing a brand new prayer now. Come on, baby, show me some emotion. Please direct your eyes up to the words on the screen now. Come on, baby, sing out with emotion. You've never heard these songs sung out to these melodies. So far away, I feel the earth from the album Tapestry. So come on, sing Shabbat devotions with me. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Welcome to Carole King Shabbat. Everybody singing a brand new prayer now. Come on, baby, show me some emotion. Please direct your eyes up to the words on the screen now. Come on, baby, sing out with emotion. Our singers and the band will help us out with the keys. Our Jewish prayers now sung to Carole King melodies. So come on, sing Shabbat devotions with me. Sing Shabbat devotions. Oh yeah, sing Shabbat devotions. Ah, baby, sing Shabbat devotions. Yeah. Come on, sing Shabbat devotions. Sing with us. Come on, sing Shabbat devotions. One more time. Come on, sing Shabbat devotions. Come on, sing Shabbat devotions. Shabbat Shalom. Rabbi Adam Lutz, everybody. Right there.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Welcome to our Carole King Shabbat service.
Woo!
Welcome to those who are here in person. Welcome to those who are here virtually. So it's become a tradition that I do a welcome for this service and try to include as many lyrics to whoever the person is that we are honoring tonight. So you get a point for every lyric that you can identify.
No, you get a point.
Oh, I get a point. If you don't, I don't get any points. So it's nice to see you all. Being here together is a special treat after more than a year of feeling like, staying in bed all morning just to pass the time. Maybe you feel like me after putting on your COVID-15, a little self-conscious, but you know what you should say to yourself? I'm beautiful, no matter what they say. Words can't bring me down. The last many months have felt so lonely and so cold. But you should know that all you have to do is call my name or anyone else in the community and we'll be there on the next train. Being here in community, celebrating Shabbat together gives me hope. We are starting to feel the earth move under our feet and pray that the sky won't come tumbling down. Tonight, we have to celebrate Shabbat, so you gotta swing your hips.
Oh, you get 2 points for that
Thank
one.
you. And do the locomotion. Because whether you like it or not, tonight, you're completely ours. But I suppose the question remains, will you still love us tomorrow? And when it's all said and done, one fine day you'll look at me and know that you make me feel like a natural woman.
Mazel tov, Rabbi Adam Lutz. Welcome again, everybody, and thank you, Rabbi Lutz, for giving us a little taste of some of the songs that you will hear tonight. First of all, 2 big thank yous. I want to thank Gail Goldstein and Robert Bird and Sue and Barry Brucker for being 2 of the main sponsors for tonight's events. this is like my dream to be able to do this, and what you guys contribute helps our temple, our community, and definitely uplifts me. And of course, for the third or fourth year in a row, we have to thank Simone and Lester Friedman and their whole family for hosting us in their backyard. And so there's no better family to help us bring in the light of Shabbat than your entire Friedman family. So if you want to come up and help us light the candles, now's the time. Don't worry, I'll sing. You just have to light the candles. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Go ahead. Yai lai 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 lai. Sing with us. Yalalai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner v'tzivanu lehadlik ner v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Thank you.
Shabbat Shalom. As we move to Lechadodi, we're welcoming the Sabbath bride, and it might be appropriate this evening to think of another bride, Marilyn Weiss, and her husband Mark, who are celebrating today 54 years together. Now, if it weren't for that day, 54 years ago, we would be, we'd be singing like Jethro Tull Shabbat or something. But we wanted to wish you a happy anniversary, 54 more years of love and laughter. All right, 52 more years of love and laughter. And thank you for sharing your lives with us this evening and sharing your daughter with us always. Lechadodi.
Shemo v'zachor v'dibur echad Hishmianu el hameyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad L'shem u'tziferet v'litilah Adonai echad u'shmo echad l'shem u'tiferet v'litilah lehadodi likrat kala penei Shabbat לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה מראש מקדם Welcome the Shabbat bride. We face the entrance where you came in. Boi v'shalom ateret ba'ala gam besimcha u'sola toch emunei am segula boi chala toch emunei am segula boi chala lehadodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela lehadodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Perfect timing for the airplane. You may be seated.
Oh, no, let's stay standing because we have reached our call
You're right.
to worship, the Baruch Hu, and we're going to, it's not too late to stand and it's not too late to sing this song.
Baruch Hu et Adonai hamevorach leolam vaed. Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam vaed. So praise Adonai, to whom all praise is due. Praises God who is blessed forever. Think of our God as a guide who gives us strength as we try to make it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. We're grateful that you spoke the day into night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness into light. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on the beauty of night. And so praise Adonai, to whom all praise is due. Praises God who is blessed forever. Think of our God as a guide who gives us strength as we try to make it. Let's hear it for this band. Yeah. We're grateful that you spoke the day into night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness into light. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on the beauty of night. And so praise Adonai, to whom all praise is due. Praises God who is You may be seated. I can't help but I know my parents were already brought up, but I do have to thank them for introducing us to Tapestry like 25 years ago. My brother's here dancing because this is what we got to listen to on the way to camp every year. So thank you, Mom and Dad, for introducing this music to us. Later on, you'll hear Where You Lead, which most people know was from, where did kids these days, or people my age, end up learning that song? Anyone? Gilmore Girls, thank you. Carole King's probably most popular for that. But in the meanwhile, you know, Rabbi Aaron, you know what's so beautiful? You do? The Shema, you're right.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You've got to get up every morning, share these words we embrace, and love your God with all the love in your heart. You'll learn to live each day much better with your soul, yes you will, as you say Shema, deep and still. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Listen, Israel, one people, Adonai's our one God, Adonai, Adonai is one. You've got to get up every evening, take these words we embrace and show your kids all the love in your heart. Inscribe them as a sign on your hand, on your head and on your gates, as you say Shema, deep and still. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Listen, Israel, one people, Adonai's our one God, Adonai, Adonai is one. You've got to get up every morning, share these words we embrace, and show the world all the love in your heart. Remember to observe commandments and be holy, yes you will, for life is beautiful. Life is beautiful. Life is beautiful as you feel. Yeah. This band, I'm going to introduce them and then later thank them, but Adam Yaron on the synthesizer. He's filling in every other instrument that you don't see here. John Ferrero, drums. Larry Steed, Elizabeth Yaron, Katie, Nathan, Jared. It would not be, nothing would feel like it does tonight without them. Here we go. It's time to sing about freedom.
1, 2, 3.
When we fled from slavery, after 10 plagues, we were free. Moses stood his ground, held his staff to the sea, and it opened. We sang out with joyous glee. Mi chamocha, ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha, nehedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osei. such a miracle could happen from just one man. But if anyone can keep us happy, God's the one who can. Sing it with me. Mi chamocha, ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha, nehedar b'kodesh, norah, norah tehilot osei fe'eleh. In English now, who is like you? Adonai, who is like you among the gods? Awesome in working wonders, who is like you? Adonai, oh God. I'm gonna follow where you lead. 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 I'm gonna follow where Rabbi Sarah Basson leads. Come on up. Come.
All the way up?
Yes, all the way up.
So Carole King's Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow? Such a beautiful song. And it touches on an uncertainty that I think all of us carry about what's going to happen tomorrow. Will our relationships hold? Will we wake up healthy and safe? At night, when we recite Hashkivenu, it's a way of kind of voicing all of these anxieties that we hold. It's a recognition both that there are things beyond our control, but darn it, we are going to go to bed with a sense of optimism and hope, protected by a shelter of peace. Hashkivenu.
Tonight we pray completely. Shelter us with love so sweetly. Tonight, please fight the dangers from our eyes. Please, God, protect me from sorrow. Ufros aleinu. Sukat shlomecha. like to know that your love is love protecting from above. So show me now, and I won't ask again. Please, God, protect me till tomorrow. Please, God, protect me till tomorrow. Ufros aleinu shlomecha. Alyssa, you want to come up here and say hi to everyone? Yeah, I think we have a special. We have to protect Alyssa till tomorrow. Do you want to say hi to everyone? Yeah. Okay, come up here. I mean, maybe let's put your glasses on so they can see how cute. Do you want to say Shabbat Shalom?
Yeah.
Say Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Oh. Our nights are complete. You may go home. No. Alyssa, do you know a song called Vishamru? Yeah, normally sing Vishamru. You know that one?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. I know you know like Kine Matov. I didn't know if you knew like Vishamru. But do you want to dance up here a little bit while we sing Vishamru?
Yeah.
Okay. Rabbis, did I miss any of your intros? Okay. I feel like it's time to sing Vishamru. Here we go. Feel free to dance. Whoop. Be careful. Ready? God made the earth move right under our feet, the moon and stars. Wait, we're going to start this over. Hold on, wait, stop. Okay, because we're taping this. Everybody at home, this is a chance to say, hi, everybody. But I really want to get this right. So let's do this again. Alyssa, you're going to dance right there, okay? Let's start over. Ready? God made the earth right under our feet, the moon and stars shine all around. In 6 days, God made everything. On Shabbat, praise abounds. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat lasot et HaShabbat Good job, Alyssa. Go to your mommy.
We continue our service with Adonai Sifatai with the Amidah. Often when we get to this part of the service, we want to set our intention on something for the next few prayers. And tonight, I think most appropriately, it being a beautiful night here in Beverly Hills, we're all together in person, virtually, that I invite you to set your intention on something beautiful that you experienced in the last week, or something beautiful that is coming up this week as we move into this space of deep prayer and locomotion.
We ask you to rise. After this, you can take a few moments of silent meditation. Adonai sefativta v'yagid tehilatecha Adonai sefatai tiftach v'yagid tehilatecha Open up my lips so that my heart may declare your glory and your praises that are so rare. So Adonai sefatai tiftach. Silent meditation. You may be seated. So naturally, when we decided on Carole King's Shabbat, there was one main reason. Are you looking for a mic? The main reason was who was probably one of the most famous singers that Carole King sang with. Anyone? Rabbi Jonathan Aaron, yes, otherwise known as James Taylor, want to be.
Thank you, Cantor. Thank you, Cantor. I spent the summer in Martha's Vineyard this year, but a lot of my time was spent on the road from Stockbridge to Boston. A lot of fire and rain there. Had to come to California.
We're going to ask everybody right now, if virtually or in person, to think about those in your lives who need some prayers of healing right now. And we're going to sing You've Got a Friend, but a little bit adjusted for our Mishaberach tonight. We're not going to be taking names out loud, but please write them in. If you're here in person, you'll say them out loud for everybody to hear. Well, Rabbi Aaron noodles a little bit in a moment. If you're online, please write it in. I can see you on Facebook and YouTube. And shout out to Michelle Azar Yoga, who's very excited about this right now. Hi, Michelle. She's very excited, yes.
Who's Michelle Azar? I don't know her.
She married your alter ego. No. So let's take a couple of names. So I'll take my hand around. If you have names for Mishaberach, please call them out now. in our pain and troubles, in our hearts and in our prayers, when nothing's going right. Close your eyes and think of them and say our healing prayer to brighten up even their darkest night. I'll just call out your name and you'll know wherever I am, I'll be thinking of your healing again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You've got a friend. When there's pain within you, we'll pray for you out loud. Mishebera refuah shlema. With our prayers together and blessings heard out loud for renewal of body to your core, I'll just call out your name and you'll know wherever I am, I'll be thinking of your healing again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. Now ain't it good to know that you've got friends who'll pray from their hearts of gold for your healing and your feelings, and for your soul if you let them. Oh, but please let them. I'll just call out your name and you'll know wherever I am, I'll be thinking of your healing again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You've got a friend. You've got a friend. You've got a friend. James Taylor, everyone. James Taylor, will you tell us a story now? He said okay. James Taylor is going to tell us a story now.
One winter in the Berkshires.
This is actually a story I've told some years ago, so I'm counting on all of us having poor memories as I tell this story. But I've been thinking a lot about, in the last month or so, about this idea of who we are in public as opposed to in private. And this was really spurred on 18 months ago when we all had to kind of go inside, and I realized that that kind of social veneer we put over ourselves when we go out into public, we did without for about 18 months. And you really had to kind of confront who you actually were as a person. Well, many hundred years ago, and this actually is a true story, there was a man who was an incorrigible miser. I mean, he was such a miser that when he would walk down the street past the elementary school, the kids there would throw rocks at him and spit at him and yell at him and call him a miser because he was just so mean about it. You know, he wouldn't give a $5 donation to the synagogue. He wouldn't give any donations to anyone, yet he had the biggest house in town. And as people would walk by, they would mock him, they would yell at him, and they literally called him the miser. He didn't even have a name. Well, he died on a Sunday. And nobody knew because he didn't have any friends. He didn't have anyone who called upon him. He didn't have anyone expecting him anywhere. And a couple days goes by, and finally his neighbor takes notice and goes in and finds him. And he calls the Kaddish, the burial society, and they said, no, we're not going to bury him. He wouldn't even make a nominal donation to us for his burial. So there he sat for another day in his house. And finally, that neighbor took pity on him and buried him just outside of the cemetery in front of this big oak tree. Well, that was Wednesday when he was buried. Thursday goes by, Friday goes by. All of a sudden, there's a knock on the rabbi's door. The rabbi comes forward, and there's an old man at the door, and he says, Rabbi, I need some money for food. Could you give me some money? And the rabbi said, why, of course. I'd be glad to give you money, but I've never seen you before. Why are you here all of a sudden today? And he said, well, for 25 years, every single Friday morning, there were 3 rubles put under my door. Just enough for me to have some Shabbat challah and a meal. So the rabbi went and she gave him the money and off he went. And about 10 minutes later, there's another knock on the door. Rabbi, I have a family. I've been out of work for 5 years. Do you think you could give me some money so my family could eat over the weekend? And the rabbi said, of course, but I've never seen you before. Why all of a sudden are you coming today? He says, well, Rabbi, every single week in an envelope under my door on Friday morning, there are 10 shekels for me and my family, and it has saved my life. Well, every 10, 15 minutes, another poor person from the town came and told basically the same exact story, that every Friday morning they found money underneath their door that could get them through that Shabbat and the weekend and keep their family in food. And the rabbi realized, oh my gosh, the miser wasn't a miser at all. He was a tzaddik. And he gathered the whole community together, and they went into the synagogue, and he said, listen, everybody. She said, pardon me. Listen, everybody. The miser wasn't a miser. He was a tzaddik. And he gave money to everyone in the town that needed it. And all the people in the synagogue got down on their knees and they said, miser, please forgive us for treating you so poorly. Many years later, when it came time for the rabbi to die, he had one request. I'm having a difficulty with that. She had one request. She said, I want to be buried outside the cemetery, next to that tree and next to a tzaddik. You know, for years I've told that story. And a lot of times we like to use that story to say, you know, as long as you're giving tzedakah and you give it anonymously, that's the best way to give it. And yet that story really troubles me, because how selfish was the miser? How arrogant was the miser? That he wouldn't let anybody know any of the good things that he had done. Why? Because he thought maybe they would make him into the mayor, God forbid? And you can't help but think he duped everybody. He fooled everybody. And in his life, he was hated, and thereby causing people to hate in their lives instead of love, which is what he could have brought about had he made known some of the donations that he made. He didn't even have to let anybody know he was helping the poor people in town. Give a donation to the synagogue, at least. Make yourself known as someone who's part of the community. Because the fact is, not only did he cause people to have these negative feelings about him his whole life, but then after he died, made them feel guilty that they had treated him that way. But the fact was, that's who he was in his life. And so when we think about the things that we do, the good deeds, the challenging moments that we have, let's think about it in terms of the impact that it has on the people that we're around and the kinds of emotions it brings out in them so that they can see us for who we really are. Shabbat shalom, everybody.
After all of the praying that we do on Shabbat, we put a leinu at the end, a prayer that speaks of a world more perfected. It's as if to say, this is the vision of what will come to be if we actually put all of our hopes and our prayers into practice and make them a reality. If we weave them into a beautiful tapestry. This is what it looks like to build a world more perfected. We rise in body or spirit for Aleinu.
Our life is full of majesty. To God our praise is due. We have a lasting vision, a world of peace we will pursue. Together we can make it. We must create our world anew, a majesty from earth to sea. In the actions we must do. Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol. It's upon each of us to know it's we that makes us whole. It's not enough to wear a cloth, not react and to just hide. But with our sisters and our brothers, we dig down deep within, inside. With some uncertainty, as if we do not know just what we are here for or where we ought to go. Each of us knows something on this journey to be free. Our dreams are full, not empty. Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol. It's upon each of us to know it takes us to make us whole. It's not enough to wear a cloth, not react and to just hide. But with our sisters and our brothers, we dig down deep within, inside. We dream for a tomorrow tomorrow. In a world where peace is near, we'll work together closely, drive out evil and our fears. In times of deepest darkness, we must take a big step back, for the majesty is dazzling. We are one and God is one. Ein od ve'od me'od. You may be seated.
We turn now to Kaddish Yatom. And I would like to ask if there is anyone observing Shloshim on this Shabbat, or if it is a yahrzeit of a loved one, or if you're in the first year after the death of a loved one. If you'd raise your hand, I can call upon you and you could share with us the name of your loved one that you're here to say Kaddish for. We take those names into our hearts, and we also say Kaddish Yatom for those that have no one to say it for them. We say it for those who were lost in the Holocaust. We say it for all those lives lost from COVID-19 and from the violence of recent times. So if we would rise together to say Kaddish Yatom. Also on the screen you can see the names of those congregational members who have died at this season in years past. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba, be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayachon v'yomechon v'chayei b'chol Beit Yisrael, b'agala v'zman kariv v'imru, Amen. Yehei shemei Rabba mevarach le'olam u'lolmei olmaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei d'kedusha b'richu. Le'elam min kol berachata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, damiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shalom rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru.
Amen.
Amen. May the one who brings peace on high bring peace down to our planet and between every single person. And we say, Amen. You may be seated. Before we have some announcements, I think we have to give it up for Cantor Lizzie Weiss. Exactly. Chose the music, wrote all of the lyrics. As a matter of fact, she wrote all the lyrics. I made one change. She skipped right over that change while she sang it. Only once. But what an incredible job. This is the 4th year in a row we've done this, 5th year.
We had
Starting with Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia, Elton John,
Aretha
Franklin, and Carole King.
That's...
Yes, Beatles, however,
but she didn't do the
write
Beatles. She didn't write that
My
one.
best friend did, but
Right.
I don't get credit for that.
But what an amazing job. And thanks to our band as well. Thank you, guys. And now our regular announcements.
Well, I mean, the major announcement is to really thank, first of all, Dan Tater and Christian in the back.
Thank you, Dan and Christian.
Everything, I mean, for the virtual audience, this is the first time that we've live streamed it, and I'm so grateful for everybody who was able to watch, who couldn't get a seat or were not comfortable being here in person. Thank you. And again, to Adam Yaron on the synth, John Ferrero, drums, Larry Steen on the bass, Elizabeth, stand up. Elizabeth, you're on the piano. And we had Katie and Nathan and Jared. And also, I have to let you know that these backup singers, like, do it all. Like, they take my weird ideas and make what you heard happen. So thank you, guys.
But I need my oil change. They don't do that.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
Okay, so, hey, well, I was going to ask the clergy if they wanted to come up, but never mind, because you have to press the button. Yeah, but there weren't. It's okay. If you want to come up, please come up. We are going... Is there any announcements? First of all, High Holidays are 2 weeks from Monday. So join us. Yes, they are, right? I don't think I made that up. Erev Rosh Hashanah is September 6th.
The Friedmans have announced us all to come here and
have a viewing party.
and to do the service right here.
I'm going to do it from the pool. Rosh Hashanah is always the hottest day, actually, Yom Kippur. Anyways, but please watch for our emails and announcements about how to stream or how to come be outside at Temple and watch services. We wish we could all be together, but next year at Temple. Yes, hopefully next year we'll be squished together at Temple and in this backyard again. And there was one other thing I was going to say. I think that
Tomorrow night is a virtual Havdalah at 7
Yes.
o'clock on Facebook Live and YouTube. Please join us for that.
Yep.
And if you'd like to join Harrison playing poker on Sunday, just the two of you will be there because
Yes.
the poker
Poker's
tournament
canceled.
is postponed until a later date.
All right. So I would love if everyone wants to stand up, put your arm around someone in your bubble. I didn't say this, but like so many people don't realize the popular songs that Carole King wrote that became famous because other people sang them, including this one, Shabbat Day. Here we go. Let's close this out. Shabbat day, you'll rest just be, and you will know our love was meant to be. Shabbat day, we'll take a break from this whole world. This gift we're given, don't take in stride. God gave us this Shabbat with days open wide. Shabbat day, we'll take a break from this whole world.